Hi, everybody. It's Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to Against the Public. I'm Dana Lane. We're the only show that combs through early betting patterns, shows you exactly where you might want to steer clear of early public opinion. Today, we've identified 3 National Hockey League games where the early public betting trends might be a little bit misguided, might result in you ripping up some tickets. I know we don't rip tickets up anymore, but you know what I mean. So we're going to try to get you to walk around that and get you on a much better path. Before we get into it, I want to remind you our show record is 77-59, good for 57% winners. 1-2 last night, but we'll bounce back tonight like we do on most nights. For everybody that got involved in my college football 3-pack last night, well, more cash in your wallet. Thank you so much for everybody that did that. Another 3-pack is up tonight, $54.99, and of course, all those packages, that package in particular comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee, to where if you do not profit, we give you an immediate site credit on your account for the purchase price. So that's the kind of confidence that you deserve behind any of these packages, and we offer that on the 3-pack. Of course, guys, I mean, look, this is the time of year to really do this. We have college basketball coming up next week. I don't know if you guys know that. College basketball is coming up. NHL, NBA, NFL, college football, all of it is about ready to run down the mountain, where we are just going to be out of control and inundated with sports. So why am I saying that? Guys, get involved with my 30-day all-access pass. You get every one of my selections for just $399.99. That's just a little bit over $13 a day, which is a lot cheaper than buying these individual games every single day. So please get involved in that. Throw it on the credit card. We'll roll our sleeves up, and we'll get to work for you starting today. Let's get to our free plays, because I want to try to shorten this up a little bit. I know we want to get this up as quickly as possible, and because I'm throwing a number segment in there, and kind of put some more time on it. So let's just get to our free plays, and we'll get this out to you as quickly as possible. And these 3 plays are from the National Hockey League, starting with the LA Kings at the Ottawa Senators. Goaltenders have not been announced for any of these games yet, or confirmed, or even speculated on. So we won't put the goaltenders up just yet. And I can't stress to you enough, when you're betting on the NHL, to really make sure, and this is where social media is probably the single greatest invention to gamblers, is you know who is going to be in net based upon morning skate. So check your morning skate notes. They'll tell you exactly, who's the first off the ice. That usually is an indication who's going to start. So goaltending's obviously important. Not as important as it used to be. Today, your goaltenders, your 1 and 2 goaltenders, are more like 1 and 1A. So it's not as important as it used to be, but still something that you want to check. Okay, Kings, Senators. Kings minus $1.10 on the road, 6.5 over minus $1.35. It's quite a lot of juice on the over. We don't see $1.35 too much on the total, but we have seen this number move just a little bit, which allows us to get involved. Opened up Kings minus $1.08, moved up to $1.10, and this number does give me some pause. I mean, we saw the Kings have won their first 4 road games of the season. They got that big win in Toronto the other night. The Senators, if you watch that game against the Penguins, I mean, won the game, but absolutely outplayed. Even though Pittsburgh was kept to the perimeter for most of the game, they did allow 43 shots despite the win. And this, to me, this number smells like a trap. The Sens, to me, have an advantage on special teams, and that's going to be the difference tonight. Go against the movement and take the Senators, and we're going to say the Kings are going to lose their first road game of the season. Game number 2, Montreal Canadiens at the Arizona Coyotes. Coyotes minus $1.36.5. It was a bit of a surprise when I saw 89% of the early money coming in on Montreal. And I suppose that's more about, and again, forget about what you just saw. It's probably more about the loss to Vegas in a shootout where they played extremely well, and then people have a lot of confidence in them now, because you took a team that has never lost a regulation this year. You took them to a shootout, so that gives bettors a lot of confidence to put their money behind them. But this is a third game of a West Coast trip for Montreal. This is usually the times where teams start to wind down, especially after playing in a big game against Vegas. And outside of Montreal's top line, I mean, you'll hear me talk about this a lot when we talk about the NHL, especially with betting. There's just no depth there. And I know Arizona doesn't roll out 4 lines every night, but there's just no depth. And I think they gave everything they had against Vegas. I think they left it all on the ice. I don't know how much they're going to have left against Arizona. I think this is a letdown spot. And keep in mind, you don't have to win games for the next game to be a letdown spot. You can lose games and feel good about yourself and still not get on that same level, that same plateau that you were the game before. And I think that's what we're going to see with Montreal tonight. So we're going to go against the public and take the Coyotes here. Vancouver, game number 3 and final game, minus 215 on the road. 6 is the total at San Jose. 95% of the early money is on the under, and I completely disagree with that. The Canucks are off to a great start, as we know, but even in that 5-2 win against Nashville, I thought they were sloppy at times. I didn't think they were very crisp on offense. I just didn't think Nashville played well at all. That's the sort of thing that you kind of want to see out of a team, from game to game and say, okay, do you feel like that they're on top of their game? I don't feel that about Vancouver, but we saw Rick Tocchet come out after the game and say, hey, look, these are the things, we need a better brand of hockey. That's was his message to his team. He had no problem sitting JT Miller after I think he had 3 penalties, and he's really he was a candidate to be a head coach here in Vegas, and I think he's a lot better than I thought he would be. He's really good behind the bench, so we'll see if he can pull those strings one more time. The number worries me a little bit because the Sharks, as if you follow them, were horrible on the road, and they scored just 3 goals in their 5 games. I thought maybe we'd see a 5.5 with a juice on the over, but they're going to give us a 6 here. Sharks are winless at home. I expect a fast pace, which should provide plenty of scoring opportunities. You would think San Jose is going to be at their best at home, knowing that they have not won a game yet. Not a good team, but you're going to get the best effort out of both. And what we're more worried about is what kind of pace of play are we going to see. I think we're going to see a fast-paced game. I think there are going to be plenty of offensive opportunities. So we're going to go against the public and take the over. Okay, so just to recap our 3 NHL games today: Ottawa, even money. Arizona minus $1.30, and Vancouver, San Jose over 6. Please go to pickdawgz.com right now. Get involved with one of my many packages, including my college football 3-pack for $54.99, my 30-day all-access pass for $399.99. That's less than $14 a day. And if you've been following, I told you guys, I'm continuing to move up that college football leaderboard. Gave my customers last night another profitable night. In fact, I'm the #1 handicapper by a little bit. This is a technicality, but #1 college football handicapper with at least 90 plays this season. 55% winners in 2023, 60% winners last week alone. So we're really, that trajectory is going up. So please make sure to join me tonight and all weekend long. No matter how you join me, please make sure that you do. Feel free to DM me at Dana Lane Sports, or leave a comment on the YouTube page. Hit the like button if you do. And for Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers this weekend.